have Team Save Pluto with their app Cleanr. So let me introduce Tom, Bob, Harry, Joe, and Peter. Take it away.
If you've ever moved into a new home, you have likely been exposed to the somewhat unspoken art of trying to find a window cleaner. After countless rushing out of the house to try catch such a mythical beast, when you finally do manage to meet one, you realise the fun has only just begun. As you return home to small strips of paper stamped windows cleaned and impromptu debt collector style raids for cash to pay for the service. This is where the idea of our app, Cleanr, came from. We wanted to look at simplifying this process, providing an online app which would facilitate connecting clients with window cleaners, and all importantly, allowing for payments to be made via the app. The team of myself, Bob, Joe, Harry, and Peter have looked to solve this problem once and for all, and it is with pleasure that I begin the demonstration of our app. Upon launching into the app, you're greeted with an animated splash page which displays our logo. Following this, you land at our login page. This facilitates logging in as both a client or a cleaner, but for this part of the demo, we will look to register as a new user. We're presented with two buttons allowing us to choose the registration process of either a cleaner or a client. In this instance, I've chosen a cleaner. We then get presented with a registration form, which makes use of both Google Authentication and Firestore to hold the registered cleaner's details. The nice purple animation when clicking into the text fields is provided by our usage of React Native paper. Following the registration form, a cleaner will be shown a map of their local area. This map makes use of the Google Maps API, and the green areas shown on the map represent the heat map of the areas where clients are located. This allows for cleaners to see the most in-demand areas they may wish to target. The map is interactive and allows for cleaners to be able to zoom in and out freely. Once they've continued beyond the maps page, they're presented with the clean screen, which represents their profile. Joe will now continue the demo of our app, showing the client journey.
Thanks, Tom. I'd now like to walk us through the client's journey in our app. We first met with our login page. This is all styled with React libraries. Here we can see Trisha typing in her email and password. Thanks to Firebase Authentication, we're able to log in quickly and securely. Once we're logged in, we're greeted with a list of cleaners provided by Firestore database. This list of cleaners is filtered by our current location thanks to Google Maps API. We're able to choose a window cleaner by their rating. After scrolling through the list of cleaners, I think we should choose Tom's Cleaners. After clicking onto Tom's profile, we can see the company description, user rating, payment, and chat options. Let's chat to Tom's Cleaners and inquire about their prices. We're able to chat to Tom's Cleaners thanks to gifted chat and the built-in functionality provided by Firebase. Now Tom just needs our address and payment, and then he's good to go. Let's head back to Tom's Cleaners profile and select Pay. Stripe allows us to pay our cleaner directly from our app using payment links. We just need to select the correct amount. Upon launching into the payment screen, we're greeted with the cleaner logo and amount needed to pay, as well as a secure payment form, all provided by Stripe. Stripe also provides feedback on whether or not we've entered a field correctly, avoiding any mistakes during the payment process. After paying, we'll receive our receipt, which shows us the amount paid. Now let's rate Tom's work. His rating is optimistically rendered so we can see it immediately. Let's log back into Trisha's account to demonstrate that Cleanr is retained. We're able to see the most recent payment and an approximate day for cleaning. Hopefully nobody falls out, but if we wanted to change to a new cleaner, we are able to. We're then able to choose a new cleaner from the cleaners list. Once the cleaner logs back in, we're able to see their balance and number of jobs. This is updated from our in-app payments. Thank you very much. I'll now pass you on to Peter, who's going to talk us through our back-end tech decisions.
Thank you, Joe.
Our weapon of choice for backend database was Cloud Firestore by Google Firebase. We picked it over an SQL-based relational database for its flexibility and extendability, since we anticipated that the structure of our data may be changing over time. We have also chosen it over Firebase real-time database, for it offered more elaborate queries. It was also a pleasure to learn this new technology, as the documentation was really good and query construction quite logical. Firebase also offers an in-house authentication, which we gladly took advantage of. It enabled us to offer a secure login and registration, as well as easy access to logged-in user from anywhere in the app. All that already seamlessly integrated with our database. Map functionality has been provided by Google Maps, as it offers a variety of ways of presenting map data, like heat maps. It is also compatible with React Native. Google Maps API allowed us to turn postcode data entered by users into geolocation information. All that, with a little help of our old friend Axios, enabled us to send queries to the API. Cherry on the pie and the main selling point of our app, Stripe payments. Thanks to this technology, you can pay your cleaner in a fast, secure, and trackable manner, all that's convenient from your phone. Handing you over to Harry, who will then tell you more about the front-end aspect of our project.
Thank you very much, Peter. As for the front-end tech stack, we use React Native along with various React libraries and Expo Go to deliver the product. We decided to use the React Native framework over Swift or Kotlin to provide a responsive app for both Android and iOS. Expo Go with a managed workflow allowed snappy real-time previews for our application's development. We could collaborate as a team by scanning our QR code to render the application package on the Expo server, regardless of our device's platform. From here, we could save changes on our IDE locally and see the product impact in real time. This allowed for changes to be added on the go with the effect displayed instantly on our mobile device, which boosted our development efficiency massively. Features like this proved especially useful due to the time constraints for this product, as we were allowed only 8 days to build the entire application from top to bottom. In order to navigate through the app, we set on React Native navigation. This provides a screen stack basis to build from, whilst allowing device native navigation controls. We use a variety of React libraries to renovate the UI. These include, but are not limited to, elements, paper, and maps, giving a more stylish look to the main components. Gifted chat allowed for responsive in-house messaging between cleaner and client. WebView was used to render websites with full interaction. And React Native Maps allowed us to display a sleek heat map for populous client locations. We admit there was a slight learning curve for React Native over React. However, we were already familiar with React, so we picked this up fairly quickly and became fluent as time went on. And as for the other technologies, we spiked each of them out in rotating pairs, so that each member of the team became comfortable with every area of the product. And that concludes the tech stack for Cleanr, so I'll hand you over to Bob, who will introduce the challenges we faced along the way.
Cheers, Harry. I'll just briefly talk about some of the challenges we faced making the app. So the majority of the tech we used in the app was completely new to us. So this project was an exercise in spiking out tons of new technologies. So while spiking, we looked into using either Flutter and Dart or React Native. We spent a few days looking into both of these and eventually went with React Native and Expo for a few reasons. Firstly, using React Native and Expo offered cross-platform performance on both iOS and Android, with 95% of our code being cross-platform. Also, given the 8-day time frame, we decided it was unwise to try and learn Dart, and our time would be better spent implementing all of the new technologies we needed for our app. The biggest technical challenge we faced was compatibility issues between Expo and Stripe. Using a managed workflow in Stripe, which allows for seamless deployment and cross-platform performance, meant our app was now incompatible with Stripe. This was a huge roadblock for our team, as implementing a payment gateway was essential for our MVP. However, looking through documentation led us to a workaround whereby we used a WebView component to allow our client to pay their respective window cleaner. This is similar to how eBay handles their payments. Working remotely also presented a few challenges to building the app. Every member of our team had to be on the same page, and we had to have a clear division of work to minimize merge conflicts on GitHub. This was our first time coding in a team, meaning it was also our first time using Git branches and having merge conflicts. Planning our app thoroughly with Trello and Figma helped massively with this and allowed us to have very few conflicts in our code. We also had daily stand-ups and used rotating pair programming so that all members of the team were well aware of what work was being done on each part of the app. So what did we learn? Firstly, we saw firsthand the benefits of working in a team and using agile work practices. Secondly, we learned the power of React Native and why it's so widely used. Reusable components and platform compatibility were just a few of the benefits that we saw using React Native. And lastly, we found that we all really enjoyed spiking out new technologies, and we all agreed that we want to learn Flutter in the future. In terms of expanding our app in the future, from the start, we intended to build an app that could be easily expanded. There's a lot of potential to add other trades to the app, and it has been coded in such a way that upscaling and adding trades would be relatively easy. So needless to say, we're all really proud of the app that we've produced in a short time frame that we've had, and we've all had a great time building it out together in a team. We're particularly proud of implementing chat, maps, and payment functionality. So thank you for listening to our presentation, and that's everything from our team.